later.
Later?
Yes. هلا I cannot because I have to start.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. بعدين بعد الحصة you can. So to our lecture today is about extracellular matrix. So when I say extracellular, what does it sound to you? It's something which is outside the cell, extra cell, all right? And matrix, it means what is outside the cells form a kind of matrix, all right? So it's very important to know what is happening outside of the cell because this can affect the behavior of your cell, all right? They have an influence on the cell itself. So extracellular matrix من شو متكون؟ متكون من proteins, protein molecules, all right? So this protein molecule, they are secreted by the cells to form your, what we call the matrix, okay? And this matrix, it will fill a space between the cells. So you have cells, وأي space between them, so you can find this kind of matrix, okay? So what are the components of the extracellular matrix? What are these proteins which form the extracellular matrix? We have three basic. One, there is other, but the basic one, هما البروتيوغلايكان, الفيبروس protein, collagen, elastin, and we have other glycoprotein, which are fibronectin and laminin. Okay, so we're going to study all of them. All right. So let's start first by proteoglycan. So when you say proteoglycan, what does it sound for you, for the word proteoglycan? Carbs. Proteo, protein. Glyc, جاية من glycose or glycosylation or something. Okay, so there is sugar. All right. So proteoglycan is mainly a core protein. A protein بنسميها core protein, and this is it. A proteoglycan, this is all this unit. This is proteoglycan, proteoglycan, proteoglycan. من شو متكونة؟ متكونة من protein, which is called core protein, to which it is attached what we call glycosaminoglycan. All right? So we're going to see what are these glycosaminoglycan. Protein is just a sequence of amino acids. عادي. Okay? Now, what are these glycosaminoglycan? The glycosaminoglycan, as we said, is kind of sugar. All right? لكن من شو متكونين هالجلايكوزامينوغلايكان؟ متكونين من disaccharides. All right? Disaccharide شو معناها؟ Two sugars. All right? Like lactose, for example. Lactose, it is glucose and galactose. So it's a disaccharide متكون من two sugars. All right? هي نفس الشيء. الجلايكوزامينوغلايكان, they are composed by two sugars. So this first sugar, it is an acidic sugar. ليش an acidic؟ لأنه ضفنا له the carboxylic acid functions. Okay, COH. So that's why we call it an acidic sugar. The name of this sugar is uronic acid. Okay. The second sugar, اللي هو هذا, it is an what we call an amino sugar. ليس من amino sugar لأنه عنده an amino functions. Okay. عنده an amino function and NH2 function. This is the amino functions. So that's why we call it amino sugars. Okay. So these two, they associate, they form a disaccharide. Okay. واضح? So this disaccharide, this is the structural unit of your glycosaminoglycan. كما قلنا مثلا microtubule, the structural unit of it هي tubulin, right? هو نفس الشيء. من شو متكون الجلايكوزامينوغلايكان؟ متكونين من repeating of this unit. Okay, of these two sugars. All right? These two saccharides. All right? So when you have this disaccharide repeated one after the other, they form a polysaccharides, a linear chain of polysaccharides. Okay, polysugar. All right. So this linear chain, this is what we see here. Okay, so each one, each blue dot is the disaccharide. Okay, disaccharide. So we're going to have a linear chain of polysaccharides. Okay, واضح? Okay. So now the other specificity for this sugars اللي هن they have the capacity to attach sulfate group. All right? In any of the group اللي موجودين في structures here, they can attach sulfate group. Okay? So راح يصيروا sulfated glycosaminoglycan, or we call them GAG, to make it very short. Sulfated GAG. Okay? So these sulfated GAGs, they have sulfate group attached to some of their, group, okay, in their structures. Okay? So, the presence of carboxyl group here, the negative charge here, the presence of the sulfate group, which is SO4 minus. So both of them, they are negatively charged, وهذا leads to the negative charge of the whole molecules. يعني بالنسبة لي GAGs, it is a negatively charged molecules. Okay, because of the presence of the COO minus and because of the presence of the sulfate group. Okay, so the presence of these two negatively charged groups makes your molecule negatively charged. Clear? واضح? Okay. Another particularity for glycosaminoglycan, we do it step by step, okay? So, this glycosaminoglycan, this is your sugar, this is your disaccharide, this is one unit, this is another unit. So, attach it, as we said, to the core protein or the protein core, right? So, this is your glycosaminoglycan, attach it to your core protein, okay? So, all this, they constitute the units اللي هي البروتيوغلايكان, right? The whole structure, it is attached to another molecules, which is here, the purple one, which is hyaluronic acid molecules. Okay? You heard about hyaluronic acid molecule, right? Okay? So this is molecule, so to which it is attached the whole units of proteoglycan. Okay? واضح? So I have proteoglycan, I have proteoglycan, I have my hyaluronic acids, so they will attach it to my hyaluronic acids. And to stabilize, we can say, this binding, I have what I call a linker protein. So here the linker protein TG, and it will stabilize the binding between the proteoglycan and the hyaluronic acid molecules. Okay? Clear? Okay. So, as I said here, so when you look to the picture, so this picture تشبه شوي what we call the evergreen leaves. هذه شجرة, which call it the evergreen leaves. There you can see the leaves تبعها, it resemble a bit to the proteoglycan, all right? So here you have here your glycosaminoglycan, here and you have your hyaluronic acids molecules, all right? And each of these, we have the core protein and attached to it the GAGs, okay? You can also, there is another resemblance, they said like the brush that you use it to clean the bottle, okay? So the same concept, so شبهنا the structures of the proteoglycan to an evergreen leaves or to bottle brush. All right. Now, the most important properties for these proteoglycan is that they have the capacity to recruit a lot of water, okay? So that's why now in the aesthetic medicine and dermatology, a lot of ladies, they inject hyaluronic acids in their skin. Why? To recruit a lot of molecule of water to hydrate their skin. Alright? لأنه الhyaluronic acids اللي موجود يعمل كثير recruitment of molecule of water. Alright? So in this proteoglycan we have hyaluronic acids, and these molecules here, they can recruit a lot of water and a lot of sodiums in their structures. And this makes your extracellular matrix, it is very viscous fluids, all right? And it can bear any tension, okay? So imagine if you have something which is dry, if you exert kind of pressure, so the impact, it will be very hard. However, if you put a balloon or you put water, so the pressure, it will be reduced because of this water, all right? So that's why we said that the extracellular matrix, it's become compressible. فينا نضغط عليها without, we can say, breaking it, okay? So we can, فيها, it can bear the pressure. Is it clear or shall I repeat? So, in general, extracellular matrix فيها proteoglycan, fibrous protein هما collagen, etc. وفيها glycoprotein. We started by talking by the proteoglycan. Proteoglycan is protein, core protein. It's core protein attached to it GAGs. Okay? GAGs من شو متكون؟ متكون من disaccharides. Okay? Uronic acids and amino acids, amino sugar, all right? So we have these disaccharides which are repeated and they form what we call the GAGs, all right? So I have GAGs attached to the protein and they form for me proteoglycan. The whole proteoglycan, they are attached to the hyaluronic acids, okay? And this attachment, it is stabilized by what you see here in green, the dot green. It is stabilized by the linker protein, okay? Clear? The other property هو إنه these hyaluronic acids and these molecules of GAGs, they can also recruit a lot of sodium. Hyaluronic acids, they can recruit a lot of water, and this, it will make your extracellular matrix تتحمل, it can bear any, we can say, pressure, all right? Make it compressible. We can compress it without any damage, okay? Is it clear? Questions? No question? Okay. So, as I said, بما أنه فيها الwater, so imagine that we have this kind of structures in any joints that it is capable of movement. For example, the knee, the elbow, the knee, okay? So we can find a lot of proteoglycan here, okay? In this, we can say joints that are capable of movement, all right? So this proteoglycan موجودين في fluid. You know that we have a fluid here, right? Otherwise, if you don't have fluid, you have scratching of the bones. All right, the bone راح يحكوا مع بعض. Right? So we have a fluid. This fluid, it is called synovial fluids. Okay? This synovial fluid اللي موجود في الارticulation هون, they are very rich in proteoglycan. Okay? So بما أنه they are rich in proteoglycan, بما أنه البروتيوغلايكان متكون من hyaluronic acids, so this leads to accumulations of water in the structures of proteoglycan. So as if in this, you can say it in this joint, imagine it as a sponge filled with water. Sponge. معبية بالماء. All right? You have it, for example, in your knee. So when you walk or when you jog, for example, and you press, for example, on your first leg, right leg, شو راح يصير؟ كل الضغط راح يجي on your right knee, right? شو راح يصير لها الواتر لها السبونج هذه اللي عليها كلها ضغط؟ It will be squeezed and the water will go out. Okay? So هذا يخلينا احنا نتحملوا الضغط اللي يجي من وزني can say. Okay? When I move the other step, so the right it become in rest. Okay? This one is it will bear now the pressure. والساق اليمين it will be relaxed. So when this it will be relaxed شو راح يصير؟ All the water will come back. And so on. Okay? So this water go out, water come in. It's just to help to bear, you know, the weight. مشان for example التibia والfemur ما يصير فيهم احتكاك. Okay? So we can move easily. There is articulations without any damage on the bones. Okay? So this water which goes out and then come in, we can say. So it means that we have a change in the hydrations of your joint. Okay? الهydration تبع الجوينت تبعك يتغير. مرة it is hydrated ومرة it is dehydrated. Okay? When it will be squeezed out, it will be dehydrated. And then when it will be relaxed, it will be hydrated, right? So this change of hydration, dehydration, نسميوها resilience. Okay? So all these joints which can have responsible of like the cartilage, the joints اللي فيهم synovial fluids, هذول كلهم they have what we call this phenomenon which is called resilience. Okay? اللي هي a change in the hydrations of the joints. Is it clear? Clear or shall I repeat? I want you to repeat to see what you don't understand. Yes? Mm-hmm.
What I would like to understand is reversal way is referring to the fact that it's squeezed out.
Yes.
Okay, that's it.
It's reversed. يعني مو راح تضلي هيك انت. Okay? So it's reversible situation. Hydration, dehydration, hydration, dehydration. So it's a reversible situation. وهذا اللي يخلي انه you can walk without any problem. You can bear the pressure and so on. Okay? Yes.
What is the name of the fluid?
Synovial fluid. It is written there. Like synovial. Here. It is written synovial joint here. So the joints that they have synovial fluid, we call them synovial fluid. والsynovial joint هما كل الjoints اللي هما فيهم يتحركوا. Movement. Any joint which is capable of movement, it is a synovial joint. راح تدرسوه في الاناتومي هذا next time. Okay? Clear? Questions? All right. Now, yes. No, go ahead. Gags.
It's not only between all bones, right? Not only,
يعني not gags. We're talking about proteoglycan. They are موجودين الأكثر in the where we call the synovial joints. The joints that are capable of movement, like elbow, knee, and so on. Okay. All right. So, always when there is a defect in the body, so it will lead to diseases. All right. There is diseases which are due to the accumulations of gags in our body. All right. So sometimes these gags we don't need them anymore. Usually, what we call the autophagy, the lysosomes, they will degrade them. Okay. So lysosome, it will degrade them via the enzymes which are present inside the lysosomes. صح? All right. So now, if these enzymes they are deficient or non-functional, so it will lead to diseases. All right. These diseases we call them mucopolysaccharidosis. Okay. These diseases, mucopolysaccharidosis, they are due to a deficiency in lysosomal enzymes. The enzymes in the lysosome, they are non-functional or absent. Okay? And this, it will lead to what? It will lead to accumulations of the GAGs, the glycosaminoglycan, inside your cell. And this can be toxic for the cell, all right? And this, it will lead to a damage of the organ. Okay? So, two types here are presented, the Hurler syndromes and Hunter syndromes. So this is two types of mucopolysaccharidosis. We have Hurler syndrome is mucopolysaccharidosis type 1, while Hunter syndrome mucopolysaccharidosis type 2. So both of them, الفرق بيناتهم هما الانزيمز which is deficient. Okay? So on the first one, we have a deficiency in lysosomal enzyme which is called alpha iduronidase. Okay? In the second one, I have a deficiency in the lysosomal enzyme called iduronate sulfatase. Okay? So both of them, they cannot work. These enzymes, they are deficient, they are non-functional. يا اما deficient يا اما non-functional. Deficient يعني مو موجودين, مو مصنعين due to mutation in the genes. Okay? And so there is no production, or they are produced, but they are non-functional. So they don't work at all. So what happened? We're going to have accumulations of these GAGs inside the cell, and this, it can be very harmful for the cells, and it leads to damage in the organ. Okay? Clear? Clear? Okay. خلصنا من البروتيوغلايكان. Do you have questions before we move to the second component of the extracellular matrix? واضح? Okay. So the second type is the collagen. Everybody heard about collagen. Now it's very famous protein. Now everybody calling about collagen because collagen is the most abundant protein in our body. We find it everywhere. You find it in the skin. You find it in your teeth. You can find it in the cartilage. You find it everywhere in our body. Okay? So that's why it's become very important molecules. So this collagen, it is a glycoprotein, all right? So it has glucose or galactose attached to it as a sugar. And the collagen, it is the property تبعه is that it resists any tensile strength. Imagine, try to touch your skin and just try to pull it. Can you pull it unlimitedly? All right? If you try to tear here or to stretch your skin, you cannot. Because of the collagen which is in your skin, هذا يخلي you withstand to the pressure. ما يخليك تجبد الجلد تبعك, you know, a limit, we can say. All right? So this is what we said, this is what we call, it has a very high tensile strength to withstand any stress. Okay? أي ضغط, it will oppose to it. Okay? ما يخليك أنت تقدر تجبد الجلد تبعك maximum. Okay? مستحيل. Because of the presence of the collagen in your skin. Okay? So, what are the cells which produce the collagen? هما الفايبروبلاست, epithelial and smooth muscle cells. So these cells راح تشوفوهم في اللاب مع الدكتورة مي. You will see the difference between them. Okay? All right. The collagen structures, we said it's a protein, right? This protein, it is composed by three alpha chain. This is the pink, the blue, and the red. The pink, the green, and the blue. So we have three, we can say alpha chain, and this alpha chain, they are twisted around each other to form we can say a triple helix structures. So the structures of the collagen is a triple helix. Okay, متكونة by three chain. Okay, they are twisted around each other. This is like a rope, like structures, right? Like الحبل. All right, you have three chain which are coiled around each other to form a triple helix. And these structures of triple helix, as you can see it in here, it is stabilized by the presence of hydrogen bonds. Okay, so this hydrogen bond between the chains, it is very helpful to stabilize the structures of triple helix. Okay, clear? Clear? Okay. So now, if I go to the primary structures, yes. Yes. No, it's the whole collagen. So this is a protein. This is a polypeptide. This is a sequence of amino acids. This is another polypeptide, a sequence of amino acids. This is another polypeptide, a sequence. So all the three polypeptides, they will form the collagen. Okay? All right. So the primary structure of collagen. You need to know, راح تدرسوها في البيوكيمستري, that البروتين عندها we can say, when you will study the structures, that we have four types of structures. We have primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary structure, and quaternary structures. Okay? راح تدرسوها في البيوكيمستري. I will not go through the details, but just keep in mind primary structure هي sequence of amino acids. من شو متكونة؟ In terms of amino acids. Okay? So, when I go to the collagen, the scientists, they found that the collagen, it is composed by 3 amino acids. They got repeated. Okay? 3 triplets of amino acids which are repeated. 3, 3, 3. So what are the sequence of the 3? What are these amino acids which form this triplet? All right? The first amino acids هو الجلايسين, always. Glycine is the most abundant, we can say, amino acids and the primary structures of the amino acids. Okay? So in the triplet, the first one هو الجلايسين. Then it is followed by X amino acids. The X هذا most frequently is the proline. Frequently is the protein. يعني إذا كان تشوفوا, for example, here I put a pictures of a sequence. شوفوا هون دايما the first one هو الجلايسين. Okay? Then the next one. The next one here, for example, is leucine. لكن in this next triplet, I have proline. Alright? So the proline is the most abundant, we can say it after the glycine. Alright? Amino acid موجود في الtriplet. Okay? والproline, as it has, this is the structures of the proline amino acids. Okay? So you see in the structure we have a kind of ring. Okay? This ring, it gives a kind of rigidity to the tyrosine. It becomes a very rigid amino acids. So لما الcollagen he's trying to take, you know, the structures on triple helix, لما trying to fold, لما يجي التيروزين بيصير هيك الكيك. Alright, this twist, which make the helix. Alright? لأنه it's very hard, you know, for the tyrosine. The tyrosine is very hard. It's not very, we can say, manageable amino acids. So the amino acids, the enzymes, when it try to fold, لما it comes to the tyrosine, so it will twist, and it will form this kind of helix. All right, we have this kind of twist. All right, so this is for the proline. Now the third amino acids, it is called يا إما الهيدروكسيبرولين or hydroxylysine. ما في الجسم hydroxyproline or hydroxylysine. Okay, that doesn't exist. So our body, so it synthesizes proline or lysine. We have proline or lysine. All right. So hydroxyproline, they are proline to which it is attached what? Hydroxyl group, OH group. Okay. Well, hydroxylysine is an amino acid lysine to which it is attached OH group. Okay. كما هون for example حطيت لكم صورة. This is the proline العادي, and this is the hydroxyproline اللي فيه ال OH group إضافة. Okay? So in the structures of your amino acids, so the Y, it can be hydroxyproline or hydroxylysine, all right? And this hydroxylysine, it is very important لأنه it's where we're gonna add the sugar. It's where we call it the site of glycosylations, is where we're gonna add my glucose or we're gonna add my galactose to make my collagen a glycoprotein. Okay? واضح? All right. You have question for it. So primary structures, the glycine is the most abundant. Diamond, it is the first one. The second one, mostly, frequently, is the proline, but it can change. بس عادة أكثر we found the proline. We need the proline to have this kink in the structures, to have this twist to form the helix. All right? So we have the proline, and the third one, هما الهيدروكسيبرولين والهيدروكسيلايزين. Okay? Fine. Now we go to the different types of collagen. Collagen, there is a variety of collagen, all right, multiple variety of collagen, and what make this diversity هي the different combinations of the chain. واحنا قلنا الكولاجين متكون من alpha chain, right? So we have different types of collagen, alpha 1, alpha 2, etc. So the combinations of these alpha chain هي اللي راح تعطينا the diversity, the different types of collagen. For example, لما ناخذ الكولاجين type 1, ليش سميناه type 1? It's very simple because it was the first collagen it was discovered. So هو سميناه type 1. The second collagen discovered سميناه collagen type 2. Okay? The third one, collagen. So yeah, there is chronological order, you know. When we discover them حطينا الأول سميناه type 1, الثاني discovered سميناه type 2 and so on. Okay? So لما نشوف structure of type 1 نلقاه متكون من 2 alpha 1 chain and 1 alpha 2 chain. Okay? لما بروح for example type 2 نلقاه متكون by 3 alpha 1 chain. Okay? So بتشوفوا الcombination of the alpha chain هي اللي تعطيني this diversity, the different types of collagen. Clear? واضح؟ واضح؟ Clear? Okay. All right. So the collagen, we divide it in different types. We have another classification. We have fibrillar collagen. We have non-fibrillar collagen. For example, fibrillar collagen هو type 1 collagen اللي نلقاوه موجود في البون، في السكين، في التندن. التايب 2 collagen موجود specifically في الكارتيليج. التايب 3 بيكون موجود مع التايب 1 and it is present in the blood vessels. Type 5 is same thing نلقاوه في البلاسنتا and so on. The non-fibrillar collagen for example نلقاوه in the eye lens. So تشوفوا كل collagen it has its own, we can say, repartitions inside our body. Okay, not all the collagen is present everywhere. Okay, there is specific collagen, it is present in a specific organ. Is it clear? Yes. So we need to memorize, for example, type 1 وين موجود, type 2 وين موجود, type 3 وين موجود, all right? But you don't have to know type 1 is alpha 1, 2 or 2 alpha chain. Okay? You need to know this, but you don't need to know this, the chain compositions. Okay? لكن لازم تعرف مثلا في skin I have type 1 for example. Okay. It's important. And بعدين when you will study the pathology or histopathology, you will need it. Okay? Clear? Any questions? Okay. Same thing, collagen defective means diseases. All right, ما في collagen means there is a disease, and this disease we call them collagenopathy, groups of disease. Okay, so I took two examples of collagenopathy. The first one is EDS, Ehlers-Danlos syndromes. This EDS, شوفوا how the skin it is very elastic. So until you try it, you cannot pull your skin. You know, it's not possible because you have collagen which withstand to this pressure, right? However, this guy, he has a deficiency in collagen type 5, and this is what gives him this kind of elasticity in the skin, all right? And the second features as well is what we call the hypermobility of the joints. Try to switch your, yes. So you have something. All right? So it's all the fingers, all of them, they have like kind of a resistance, you know, in this because of this joint. But people, for example, sometimes I watch some show, you know, the Britain's Got Talent or American Got Talent, where they come this kind of gymnast, and they are like articulating and with their body, and it's crazy, and as if they don't have bones in their body. So I'm really suspicious if they don't have any kind of collagenopathy, you know, which give them this kind of elasticity in their body. All right. The second disease is called osteogenesis imperfecta, and this is due to type 1 alpha collagen deficiency. So these people, they have kind of bone fragility, short statures, teeth abnormality, but the property which is you can look to the patient and you can know it, هو إنه when you look to the sclera الأبيض تبع العين تبعه is blue. Okay. So when it's blue, there is problem of collagen. Okay, so this is really a specificity when you look to a person and you find that the sclera, it is blue. So please, to avoid the question which will comes later, when I give you diseases, you need to know what is the causes of this disease. You don't need to know the features. Okay, ما راح أسألكم, for example, osteogenesis imperfecta is characterized by bone fragility, short status. No, I will not ask this. This is clinical. All right, what you are required to know, اسم المرض, and what is the deficiency, what is due to what. Okay, واضح؟ بس الsymptoms والأشياء هذول you don't need to know them. Okay, clear? So the next one, which is the elastin. Elastin is the second fibrous protein. من اسمها فيها كلمة elasticity, right? So it has this property in her. We can tear it, right? It's rubber-like, like a rubber, all right? So we can tear it, and it is very flexible, and we can find it in all the tissue اللي هي لازم تكون فيها kind of this elasticity. مثلا pregnant woman, the uterus, it has to be elastic, you know, to bear the fetus. So the uterus is very rich in elastin. The vessels, okay, what else? The lungs, when you know, inflate, all right, so your lungs will increase in volume because the lungs, the tissue, it is made also by elastin. So anything which needs extension, this kind of elasticity, so it is due to the presence of elastin. Okay? So this elastin, it is not a glycoprotein, unlike the collagen. Okay? The collagen, it is a glycoprotein. However, the elastin is not a glycoprotein. Okay? So the elastin, it is produced نفس الشيء by fibroblasts. والcollagen كمان it is produced by fibroblasts. Okay, but the collagen, you have to keep in mind here. I didn't show it. I didn't talk about it. Collagen والelastin, you will study the synthesis of collagen in biochemistry. Okay, the whole detail. تبدأوا من الجين حتى شين انت تحصلوا على الcollagen. All right, we'll study this in biochemistry. So I didn't talk about it here, but what you have to keep in mind that the collagen, if it is synthesized by the fibroblast, it will be synthesized as procollagen. Well, elastin, when it's synthesized by the fibroblast, it will be synthesized as proelastin. Okay? ولا سميوها tropoelastin. So هذول we can set the form before the final form. Okay? Tropoelastin, tropocollagen. بعدين بيجي the next steps it comes collagen. The next steps it will be elastin. Alright? لأنه to form we can say collagen, we need a lot of, we can say collagen fiber, which they will be connected to each other. Okay? And this collagen which will be connected, they will form, we can say, this kind of mesh, this kind of network in the skin. Okay? And in the matrix. Elastin نفس الشيء. When it will be synthesized, it will be synthesized as tropoelastin. I'm going to show you something. When it will be synthesized, it will be synthesized like this. Just a small molecule. نفس الشيء بالنسبة للcollagen, tropocollagen. It will be synthesized like this. Okay? So this is, for example, imagine this is collagen. You have a triple helix here, another triple helix here, another triple helix here. Then what will happen? We're going to have a bond in between them, between the different collagen. Imagine this is collagen. Huh? So between the collagen and this, it will form your network of collagen. Same thing for the elastin. This is tropoelastin. They will link together by an enzyme اللي هون اللي اسمها lysyl oxidase, and they will form for me my elastin. Okay? So here the step before. All right? So I have collagen. They need to link together to form my tissue, we can say, of collagen. But it's not a tissue. You know, it's a protein. All right? To form my network. Okay? My net, we can say, of collagen. All right? نفس الشيء الإلاستين. إلاستين it's synthesized as tropoelastin. وبعدين لما تسوي هاللينك بتصير إلاستين. Okay? واضح؟ So now for the elastin, بالنسبة للstructure تبعها, it is a random coil. It is a random coil. شو معنى؟ You remember the old phone with the cord? Okay? When sometimes they are not very well, we can say they will coil. All right? And then after when you pull it, they can stretch. The structure is the same for the elastin. So we have this kind of random coil. لكن لما فما we can say the stress, they can stretch. Okay? And then when they relax, whoop, يرجعوا, and they become random coils. So there is no specific structures. All right? A coil is not a structures. It's anything. All right? It's just a coil. Okay? It's not a specific structures like the collagen. It is a triple helix. Okay? All right. So as I said, in terms of amino acids, elastin, it is rich in proline, it is rich in lysine, but it has very few hydroxyproline and hydroxylysine. دايما we compare it, you know, to the collagen. Okay? So collagen, it is very rich in hydroxyproline or hydroxylysine. However, the elastin, they are there is some, but not as much as in the collagen. Okay? Clear? All right. Yes, what is your question? Mm-hmm. The tropocollagen, they become collagen, and then the collagen, you have like collagen, they will link together, same thing, lysyl oxidase, and they form that network. You will see it in biochemistry. Oh, no, the collagen is a triple helix. Yes, it's a triple helix. The other one, the elastin, is a random coil. Okay. So now we move to we have 5 minutes. We have no question for the collagen and elastin? Okay. Yes.
Elastin
لأنه الهيدروكسيبرولين والهيدروكسيلايزين خاصة الهيدروكسيلايزين is glycosylation sites and it's not a glycoprotein, for example, the elastin. So why you need it? You don't need it. Okay. All right. So the next molecule of the extracellular matrix هما adhesive glycoproteins. Adhesive proteins or glycoprotein من اسمهم في كلمة adhesions. Okay. So this kind of molecule, they are very important for the adhesion cell to cell, for the adhesion cell to extracellular matrix, or for the adhesion between the extracellular matrix together. Okay, so they can be involved in these three types of adhesion. So the adhesive glycoprotein هن الفايبرونكتين, اللامينين, الثرومبوسبوندين, والكوندروكتين. So today we will talk only about the fibronectin and the laminin. Okay. So the fibronectin is very short. It's only 2 slides for each. We don't have to know a lot about it. Just what you have to know that the fibronectin, it is present in the connective tissue. You will study this with Dr. Amay. So, and if you look to the structures, شوفوها متكونة من 2 chain. Okay, 2 subunits. All right. And these 2 subunits, they are linked together by what we call a disulfure bond, SS bond. Okay, the sulfate here. There is a link via the sulfate bonds. Okay, so these 2, we can say chain. As you can see here, they have a multiple domain. Okay, domain is regions in your protein, the sequence of amino acids. So I have these regions, this. And all of these domains, they have functions. For example, this domain, it will bind the fibrin. This domain, it binds the collagen. This domain is used as a cell surface receptor binding protein. All right? So, شوفوا إنه الفايبرونكتين as it has a multiple domain, it becomes a multifunctional protein. لأنه كل domain, it has functions. Okay? So makes this whole molecule multifunctional protein. Okay? Clear? واضح؟ واضح here؟ فهمتوا شو معناها multifunctional؟ فهمتوا شو معناها domain؟ Sure? Very well. Alright. The last one اللي هو اللامينين. Laminin, it is abundant in the epithelial tissue. Okay? And this molecule as well, it's a glycoprotein and it is trimeric. Trimeric متكونة من 3 chain. الأخرى 2 الفايبرونكتين فما 2 subunits, right? Fibronectin 2. Alright? Dimeric. Heterodimeric here. Alright? Here heterotrimeric لأنه فيها 3 different chain. لهنا, which is in pink there, which is the alpha. You can see it, it's in the legends here, which is in pink here, this is the alpha. Here, beta chain, and here we have gamma chains. Okay, so I have 3 chain, so that's why we call it trimeric. And بما أنهم هالchain هذوما مختلفين, alpha وبيتا gamma, so they are hetero. Okay, كان جيو نفسهم نسميوهم شو نسميوهم؟ إذا كان the same, for example alpha شو نسميوهم؟ homo. Okay, homo trimeric. إذا كان كلهم نفس chain نسميوهم homo trimeric. لكن هذوما they are completely different. I have alpha, I have beta, and I have gamma. So they are heterogen, right? So heterotrimeric glycoprotein. Okay, and you see the structures تبعهم is like the cruciform. Okay, it's like the cruciform structures. And same thing also, like the fibronectin, they have also multiple domain. Okay, so also the laminin is a multifunctional protein and عنده multiple domain. For example, this is heparin binding domain. This one is collagen type 4 binding domain. This is cell surface receptor binding domain. So also the laminin, it is a multifunctional proteins. Okay? واضح? Thank you very much.